Welcome to Mishnah, studying Masechet Eruvin Perek Zayin Mishnah Vav. Over here in this Mishnah, we're going to move on to the Mavoy. Right, Mavoy is called a shituf in the Mavoy. Right, literally, you're going to make a partnership in the alleyway. So instead of an eruv in the hatzer, you can have a shituf in the Mavoy. So you can have this partnership in the alley. So if you have an alleyway running, behind your house or behind your courtyards, and you have all these courtyards that join in to create this partnership in the alleyway, where now they could all carry in the alley. So, how do you go ahead and make this shituf in the mavoy? You place a barrel of wine, right? Over here, it does not need to be bread, right? As opposed to the Eruvin Hatzirot needed to be bread. Over here, you're allowed to use a barrel, right? Interesting. First important point. And you say, this is for all the people of the mavoy. And you go ahead and acquire to them, right? You're mizakeh, right? You in their merit, right? You're able to go ahead and acquire it for them. Whether through your older, your daughter, your sons and daughters, as long as they're of age, meaning they're 12 and 13 years old, over bat and bar mitzvah, right? Or the slave, maidservant, right? The Jewish ones, and his wife. Right? The point over here is someone who's able to acquire something. So you take this barrel of wine and you say, okay, this is for everyone, and you pass it over to them, and they pick it up and they acquire it for everyone. They make this kinyan. Right? You're not allowed to go ahead and acquire it, for them through not through minors. His children are minors. They're under 12 or 13 years old. They're not allowed to go ahead and acquire something there. They can't make a kinyan. Nor the Kna'ani maidservants and slaves. Right? Because over here, their hand is like your hand. They're an extension of your hand. In the end of the day, they don't, right? In the end of the day, they don't have their own property. What belongs to them really belongs to you. And therefore, if you're going to give it to them, it doesn't do anything, right? So you need to give it to someone who, has their own ownership, right? Their own self, and they could acquire it from you for, right? For the others who are part of the mavod, right? So the main principle, a couple of principles over here, and shitufei mavod and all these, you need to go ahead and be mezakeh al yedei adam acher. Like someone else needs to do it, and you can't just say, "Oh, I'm doing this for this person." You need to actually give it to someone to make a kinyan. It needs to be another law. It needs to be in a keli. You need to put it into something, right? This is in a barrel, right? That works. And when you're doing the shitufei mavot, it needs to be right over the ground 1 tefach. So 1 tefach above the ground, you need to go and accept this keli over the ground of tefach. So it's nikar, so it's recognizable, that this is what you do. And then when we say mizakeh right, that you acquire, for them, again, it has to be, it has to belong to one person, right? If this is you doing it belongs to one person, then you go ahead and have someone go ahead and acquire. But if everyone is giving their portion, let's say everyone takes a little wine and they all pour it into this vat, into this barrel, right? All the hatzirot, everyone puts a little in, that would be enough, right? Then you don't have to be mizakeh for anyone. Over here, you were talking about if one person owns the barrel and he wants to use it for everyone, you just say, okay, this barrel is going to be everyone's, and this is going to be for our shituf mevor. For that case, he needs to go ahead and acquire it for the others through someone else who is not an extension of his own